Hey everyone, my name is Aaron. Welcome back to the Critic Sensei YouTube channel. Today we'll be talking about the Acolyte, specifically Leslye Headland, and her butting heads with Disney. So Leslye Headland has been creating a lot of controversy with Disney and Bob Iger in regards to a Season 2 not being released. Nothing has been announced yet, but as of right now there is no Season 2. So it's safe to say that the Acolyte was a big failure. It was the lowest rated, lowest viewed Star Wars project to ever be made. It had a $180 million budget, and they made a really horrible project with bad storytelling, bad character development, and huge plot holes that were never filled later on. It's also safe to say that Leslye Headland's story strayed so far away from George Lucas's Star Wars and honestly lost the magic that Star Wars used to have. And this frustrated so many fans with her breaking lore and pretty much blaming the fans for the bad ratings and them not liking the show. When you have a creator that's blaming the fans of Star Wars for not liking the show, saying they're the minority of people, it's not true. The majority of people do not like this show. The views, the ratings show exactly what's going on. You can't refute that. And the series has been getting so much backlash, but the controversy doesn't end there. And like I stated before, Leslye Headland, the showrunner, she refuses to take any responsibility for the horrible ratings and the low views the show has gotten. And honestly, it's at the point where the fans are so far from Star Wars to the point where it feels like Star Wars really lost its magic. Because of the low ratings and views from the show, it's causing internal conflict at Disney and Lucasfilm. As of right now, Bob Iger and other executives are running into a lot of setbacks right now, and a lot of it is because of Leslye Headland. And one big thing that's going on, which I will make a video about, is the whole situation in regards to Gina Carano and with what's going on with her suing Disney or Lucasfilm in regards to her getting fired about 3 years ago in 2021. What's great about this is Elon Musk is backing her financially. And it looked like Disney wanted to get this case thrown, but the judge said it looks like they're going to go through with this. Hopefully Gina doesn't settle and they go to court and go further into this so we can see exactly what Disney has been doing and go through their dirty laundry. Bob Iger, in regard to his cost-cutting containment measures, he said there was not going to be a Season 2 getting released. And Leslye Headland is not taking this lightly. She's threatening to sue Bob Iger or Lucasfilm Disney as a whole for saying they breached her contract by not doing a Season 2. So Headland says that Season 2 was a part of her contract, but Disney is saying that is not true and they're disputing it. And this disagreement comes from a lot of filming that was done that was supposed to be for Season 2 that's already been created. I guess there was a lot of expensive scenes that were already shot for Season 2, but if there's no Season 2, it will be scrapped. But I feel like Bob Iger and Disney, if there was no Season 2 in their contract, it would be straightforward, so we'll see what happens in regards to this. But either way, there's so much internal conflict at Disney right now with Leslye Headland, Kathleen Kennedy, Bob Iger, and the other executives. And compounding all of that, Kathleen Kennedy as well is facing a lot of backlash. And the backlash is for her decisions that she's been making lately. It's been causing a big rift between Disney and herself. And the failure of the Acolyte definitely made the tensions a lot worse internally. But it's not just the Acolyte. It's majority of the projects that she's been in charge of since she became president of Lucasfilm. It's failure after failure. When does it get to the point where Disney or Lucasfilm has to make change? There was a lot of bad projects before the Acolyte. The Book of Boba Fett, Kenobi, some of Ahsoka, The Mandalorian Season 3, and the movies as well, the prequel movies. And we have these creators of this show, and the president of Lucasfilm saying that it's the fans' fault for not liking the show, blaming the fans. And we have Amanda Stenberg saying that the people that are not watching the show that are giving bad criticism are racist, they're bigots, and they're homophobes, and it just doesn't make sense. The problem is poor storytelling. I've been saying this throughout my videos. Whoever's in charge of storytelling, Leslye Headland for the Acolyte, for example, it was the worst storytelling, the worst writing I've seen, not just in any Star Wars show, but any show or movie I've seen ever. There's a reason why the initial Rotten Tomatoes score was 14%. The reason why I didn't make the top 10 of the Nielsen list. The ratings were so bad, and I'll put a chart right here that shows how much viewership dropped after each episode. So once the season premiere, the first 2 episodes were released, viewership was extremely high. But after those first 2 episodes, the viewership declined so much. And looking at that chart, it is honestly astounding how bad the show did. When someone would give a chance for a specific episode, they would watch it and they would literally turn the show off and not complete the rest of the episode. And it was like that for every single episode after episode 2. Adding to this, Leslye Headland is threatening to bring her grievances public if her contract wasn't honored by August, which is absolutely insane. And this includes potentially discussing the drama of various pop culture, podcast, and radio shows, which could further damage Disney's reputation. In the meantime, Disney is dealing with Gina Carano's lawsuit. The company is trying to keep it under wraps, but Gina and Elon Musk are trying to bring things to light. And they're really trying to get her case pushed forward. Gina Carano was in The Mandalorian, and they fired her abruptly, and the way she learned wasn't from them directly calling her or texting her or in person. She found out from Twitter, I believe, which is honestly unprofessional, and the reasons for firing her were not right. And this adds another layer of complexity to the turbulence at Disney and Lucasfilm right now. Given these issues, it's hard to see Disney pushing forward with season 2 of The Acolyte, but with everything going on, I don't know. Disney's done a lot of weird things in the past, and even though this was the lowest rated, the worst viewed Star Wars show ever, honestly, I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'm hoping there is not a season 2. It doesn't deserve it. No one wants it, but you never know what Disney's going to do. And like I've been stating, the viewership wasn't there. The resources should be put to other projects that may do better. But think about this. The Acolyte Season 1 had a $180 million budget. And like I've been stating, the show was poorly written. The scenes, the settings, it did not look right. The acting was subpar. And on top of that, all the Jedi, their robes, it looked like cosplay. It didn't look like actual Jedi from Star Wars. The core problem is Lucasfilm and Disney being disconnected from their fan base. The more Disney and Lucasfilm keep pushing their agenda and their message, it really alienates the viewers and the fan base of Star Wars even more. Leslye Headland and Kathleen Kennedy will say there is no agenda, but there is. Them saying they're using DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion for incorporating into their shows, that is an agenda. And there's nothing wrong with DEI, but if you're putting DEI before proper storytelling, your show is going to fail, and The Acolyte is a prime example of that. It's clear that change is needed at Disney and Lucasfilm, and honestly, everyone there is to blame. The executives, Bob Iger, Kathleen Kennedy, Leslye Headland, all of them are at fault. And think about this. The Acolyte was written and it was put through multiple hands before it was greenlit. It blows my mind how this horrible of a show with this kind of writing got approved with a $180 million budget. Obviously, there's a lot going on at Disney at this time, and I personally don't think we're going to see any big changes coming soon. But let me know what you think down in the comments down below, what you think is going on at Disney, and do you think there's going to be any changes coming in the near future? So I'm ending the video right here, so please leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, leave a comment down below on what you guys thought of this video and all the drama going on at Disney and Lucasfilm. And I do respond back to every single comment I get. Peace out, and I'll see you guys in the next video.